Hello, I'm in the car going snowboarding. I wanted to tell a story about facial recognition issues that I have. It's like Prosopagnosia or something like that. I'll type it in here, it'll be in the title of this video. I was in middle school and I was actually walking during lunch and Sarah was coming towards me. And I realized, I was like, okay, that kind of looks like Sarah, but I can't see her face. And it was the first time I remember not being able to recognize somebody by their face. And I was kind of freaked out. I was panicking a little bit because I was like, okay, this is my best friend and I can't recognize her. And she had been dyeing her hair like crazy at that point. And she had all these different colors and stuff, and I remember she had her hair in French braids that day, which is not how she usually wore her hair. And so I was looking at her and I'm like, is that Sarah? Like, I can't tell by her hair. I'm not sure if that's her, and it really freaked me out. And then since then I basically have been dealing with this on and off, and more on than off. And I noticed that I would have to look at people and see their clothes or see their hairstyle or like a specific piece of jewelry that they were wearing to remember them. So let's say I was at a party and I saw this person wearing this crazy dress, or they had this cool piece of jewelry or something like that. I would be able to remember them that night because of that. But then let's say I see them the next day and they're wearing something totally different, they don't have their makeup on and all this stuff, and I'm like, I do not know who you are. So there were a lot of times where I was talking with people who I was like, I think I should know this person. They're recognizing me and they're telling me like, hey, hi, and I don't know who they are. So I was really embarrassed. I went through like a lot of shame and guilt, and like, how do I explain this to people? Because there were many years where I didn't know what this was. I just knew that I was dealing with this, and I just was like, okay, I have no idea what this is. So I'm watching Mystery Diagnosis one day. I was like religiously watching this for a few years, and I realized that there was an episode of somebody that was talking about this, and for the first time I was like, oh my god, thank god I know what this is. I've been dealing with this since middle school, and middle school is when I first started having symptoms of Lyme stuff that was coming on, really bad swollen lymph nodes that were happening on a regular basis. I was still getting strep throat like I was as a kid, and I just started having more chronic infections happening at that point, and that's when this, and I had mono also about the same year that this facial recognition thing came on. So this is a neurological disorder that I have heard a few people with Lyme disease have, or people with MS or other similar neurological conditions, and it can be extremely frustrating. I started to basically just tell people, I have facial recognition issues and I'm sorry, I don't remember you. And they would mostly just look at me like, okay. And then I would sometimes I would explain further, and sometimes I would just leave it at that. But usually people were pretty like, okay, whatever, like we'll just move on from this or whatever. But it was a embarrassment. It was a lot of anxiety. I still have this to a small degree, but I have noticed that I'm able to see people's faces better than I have been able to see since I was a kid this past year. So let me know in the comments below if you have this, or if you think you have something like this, or if you're having trouble remembering people. Maybe look into the name of this and see if this is something that's happening. For me, it was just comforting to know that this wasn't just something I was dealing with, and it wasn't just like delusional having something going on. There was a name for it. It helped me to like understand what was going on, and to be able to just tell people that this is what I have and this is what it is. So, alright, well, I will see you guys in the next video like this if you like this, and bye!